A big kick that time. It's hands 1st and 10 for their next possession. But Charles, so much of Washington and Isaiah Streets saying Washington's like his older brother Ezekiel, tremendous athlete in his own right, but low age of 20.
And that is really a gut-wrenching story, as you know. And you look back at their high school days, right here in Texas, a 4-year starter, 8,000 passing yards. Isaiah, a year young,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Quick slant caught by Street.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A carry now for Stallings. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. So
and pretty much drained it.
So the Hurricanes get 3 with a field goal, and now they're set to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out. 1st and 10, Florida. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. No Marcus Washington, no problem in the first half.
Let's go. Okay. Just checking in with you. How do you feel about the first half?
That's how we play. Let's go. We had a great first half. We keep doing what we're doing, we might win this thing.
There's a lot of we's in that sentence. It's a good thing to recognize your teammates. But you remember, you're leading the charge tonight, all right? So get out there and let's put this thing away. Second half. Let's go.
Hey. Coach. Really good job out there in the first half. I should have trusted you more. That's on me. I'm over it. All that matters is the win.
All right. Can you handle it if I open up the playbook a little bit in the second half?
Let's do it.
Let's get him.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half in this semifinal matchup from Arlington. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Gators about set to take over again on offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Now.
This will be a carry for Clements. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be second and 12. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight. Have a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They go screenplay with Jennings. Oh. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a second and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
Second and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go ahead and get something out of it, not just 1 yard. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive.
And he is in. Touchdown Gators. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point up and through, and that will get him one closer. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And offensively here, you wouldn't know it by looking at it that Marcus Washington is not in the game.
That thought that maybe they would simplify the game plan?
Forget it.
Yeah, forget it is right. True that he doesn't have the game reps, but he definitely knows the plays. He's run them for 4 years, totally familiar with this offense, and now he's executing.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Larson, and he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll drop to throw. Out to the right, this one pulled in by Streets. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this in for a Miami touchdown. Well, when we were setting up and going over our run-throughs early this afternoon, and I'm talking 6 hours before kickoff, we saw Isaiah Streets out there alone with just his young quarterback and center going through all sorts of different routes, making sure that they had everything ironed out, and it pays off there on the touchdown throw. The extra point up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So following the touchdown, here's the Miami kick team to send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting ready for their next possession, this Florida Gator offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And this will be taken at the 13. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
They turn to Larson here. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Rush in. General West. Get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Oh, wide open is Streets. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 24 yards. There's so much made about the fact that we've got a quarterback who's never seen the field in a college football game. But if you go back to his high school days, he's played in front of crowds. Maybe not quite this size, but it wasn't abnormal for them to have 15,000, 20,000 people in the stands at his high school games. And the numbers from his senior year. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down. Take the completion, keep moving.
Box drop.
On third down, Larson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. The Hurricanes now with a first and goal.
He's checking. Crash.
Ready?
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this in. Touchdown, Miami. Keith Larson, his second touchdown of the night. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard, but when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. The Gators now with a first and 10. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. The open man is Smith. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So on the strength of 2 touchdown passes in the first college start for their senior quarterback, the Miami Hurricanes are moving on to play for a national championship on Monday, January the 7th.
really proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
How's a gutsy performance out there tonight? You took us to a national championship when nobody, and I mean nobody, expected you to. And for what it's worth, I'm really glad you stayed 4 years ago.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, baby, we going to the chip. Whew. One more game, baby.
We got this, man.
Oh, yeah. Football's my life, man. But you got to stay grounded in what's important. So I got a little surprise for you.
Isaiah!
Looking good, Emily. Oh, and I'm loving this hat.
Thank you.
Oh.
Absolutely. Is that magenta? Fuchsia? What color is that?
Okay. Hey, I bet he'd probably be good at off the board, huh?
Yeah.
Look, Emily has the best games.
Okay. If you had a unicorn, would you want its mane to be purple or pink?
Well.
Well, these are both tough, but good options. I think I'm gonna have to go with purple.
Purple. No, look. You see, look, you don't pick from the options given. All right, the game is in the name. Off the board. Now it's playing. Okay, look, if I had a unicorn, I'd have a mane that matches its horn. Silver.
I'd go with onyx.
Onyx. Okay. I told you she's a pro.
Hey, how are you? Todd Atwood. I'm Emily's dad.
Hi.
Can I talk to you for a second? She's too shy to ask, but Emily wanted to know if you could do something for her in the national championship game.
Yeah, of course. Anything.
She wanted you to throw 3 touchdowns.
3? I thought I said 4.
4 touchdowns. Is that okay?
Well, 4 touchdowns is a lot.
Yeah, but how can you turn down this face? Look at that.
But I'll see what I can do.
Yes!
Don't worry. He'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's great to see you again.
Great to see you too.
It was nice to meet you, Emily.
You too.
All right.
We're days away from the national championship game, and there is one big question on everyone's mind. Can lightning strike twice? Last week, we saw a quarterback with no game day experience lead his team to victory in the college football playoff semifinal. Kyle, is this kid good enough to win a championship?
Nah, not at all.
That's it?
No, that's it. But hold on. I don't think he has to be. And let me tell you what I mean. There is so much talent on that team on both sides of the ball. Manage the game. Don't make the big mistake. I think they have a real shot. I do.
Kyle, we don't like managers of the game here at the table. Very boring, just like your shirt. I feel you, but I disagree. The team has a ton of talent, but they're going to need this dude to make some plays. They're not going to win if they hand the ball off 50 times.
You two be nice. You, Peter Schrager, do you think he'll rise to the challenge?
I do, as long as the pressure doesn't get to him.
Yeah, for real. And he's about to feel that pressure. Listen, there's a lot of weight on this dude's shoulders right now. He wins this game, he punches his ticket to the NFL. He loses, and we'll see, I guess.
And then if you're a coach, how do you handle this? What do you say to a kid that has so much to lose on that field?
Hey, can I talk to you a minute? Sure, Coach. You know, I know it's hard to shut out all the noise. It's a lot of pressure. The only thing that we can control is what's right in front of us. And what's right in front of us is a game of football. Same rules as always. So you gotta take a step back. Right? You gotta breathe it in. You find a way to appreciate this moment, this time with your teammates, take in the crowd. Man, you do that, and everything gets real quiet. All right, so breathe, take it in. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
I got you, Coach. Yeah, thanks.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as we'll see the Clemson Tigers taking on the Miami Hurricanes. Here we go, the matchup we've all been waiting for. Number 1 versus number 2, and off we go in the College Football Playoff National Championship in Santa Clara. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. He's 1-0 as a collegiate starter, but now the pressure rises big time as the Hurricanes come up 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. But Charles, the success that this quarterback had in the semifinal, how does it translate here?
Well, it certainly helps his mindset because he has to have a lot of confidence going into this one since he did it so well in the semifinals. I do think we'll see a similar kind of offense. They'll find places for him to take his shots, and especially, you have to when you've got a weapon like Streets on the outside.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Hurricanes now 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy who catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Larson, and he'll be brought down. Drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, that student section wasn't alive. They are alive and well now. That chunk play woke them up. It is starting to get really, really loud in here as this offense is on the move here in the first quarter. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now a give, right side. It's Larson, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Open man here, Streets. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. We saw these two work pretty well together in the semifinal in Dallas, and now the first catch here for Isaiah Streets in the national championship game. And look, these two, they know each other. They've been friends, even though they may not have been playing together out on the field in live action on Saturdays. But they do have a lot of practice reps together. They spent a ton of time this last week after practice trying to get that chemistry better. And what Isaiah Streets told him, hey, just get it in my catch radius. I'll do the rest. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Back to throw is Cooper on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Gets through, and now an opening. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Clemson now with a 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.